So Bla Xit Family. Wow, I don't even know what to say, but I'm in somewhere called the Disruptive Lab. Can you imagine? Juliet, in somewhere called the Disruptive Lab. You know I'm disruptive already. I'm home. I'm home. I'm so disruptive. I used to get chucked out of class at school. No, I didn't. I shouldn't say that because my mum might be watching. I always pretended it wasn't me. I always blamed someone else. It was never my fault. But no, in terms of being disruptive, you know I'm already loud and very vocal, I should say, actually. Or expressive, it should be the word. But I'm here at the Disruptive Lab, and I'm here with a dynamic duo. Come on, my darling. That's Ted LeCon hiding again. Yeah, I'm going to bring him out, right? Because there's a part 2 coming, but I want to make him big. He's already big, but I want to make him, you know, super. Hey, BlaXit. No, he's got to come here. Now, you arranged this interview for us today. And thank you so much. Ted Lahi reached out to me. He said to me, Juliet, there's something you really got to see. And he goes to me, you are the Oprah Winfrey of the Gambia. And I go to him, well, thank you so much. Of course I'm not Oprah Winfrey of the Gambia, I've got her money. But anyway, you know, money's not everything, it's just almost everything. But the fact of the matter is that I'm here with you both, and I want you to tell me all about this wonderful space, the Disruptive Lab. I love. The harder you work, the more luck you have. Yeah, this is what it says here. So tell me, I'm going to now sit at your desk because I love this. This brings me back to years ago when I worked as a temp, as a receptionist, manning your desk. So come over here, you two, and show me the harder you work, the more luck you have. Where does that come from?
Well, many people always think that people are lucky and that's why they are where they are. But that is not the case. The more you work hard, the more luck you have, and that is just a fact. A lot of people get to the way they are, it's not because, you know, they just sat and they just got showered with luck. No, you have to really rise and grind like the other one that you saw. You have to go after it. You have to, you know, be hungry, be everything that you want to be. But the more you do it, the more lucky you're going to get, and that's really where that statement really comes from.
And also togetherness helps, because you're working as a team, yeah? You're husband and wife, and I know a lot of people are saying to me, Juliet, you probably shouldn't say this, but my husband and I, we're like a really good team, and I find that when you have each other, it helps so much, because you can rely on each other, you can inspire each other, you can bounce ideas of each other, and sometimes women say no, you know, because they have like this instinctive vision of how it should be. And, you know, sometimes men charge ahead and women have to run behind because, you know, they have this innovative flow and they know where to go. And all right, I'm coming, you know, and I feel that works. And for both of you as a couple, how's the journey been in terms of having your successful, you know, businesses? Because I love to interview couples, especially married couples. It's just like my dream come true. Oh. It really is. I love love, you know. Yeah. I'm in love with love, babies. You know, love is important, and I think when you have love and success, you have it all.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest with you, this whole concept of Innovate Gambia, we sat at home in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the kitchen table, and she just said, give me that piece of paper. I mean, literally, we're going to call this Innovate Gambia, and we're going to have a co-working space, a, you know, vibrant place. It's going to be called Disruptive Lab. I'm like, okay. And I'm going to do this woman boss. I mean, everything that you see, the woman boss, Disruptive Lab, Digitalize the Gambia, and Malik, you're going to do Digitalize the Gambia because that's what you do. And we're going to do a community innovation fund. So the 4 initiatives all came from her. And so I've just been behind, like, okay, let's do it. So how are we going to do it? And, you know, I'm like, okay, I like that idea, but let's do it this way. I'm more of the visual guy. Absolutely. You know, let's make it beautiful. If we're going to do it, I don't like to do stuff half. You know, if we're going to do it, let's just go all in. And, you know, it's been a really challenging time to come and do this, but it's been really fun working together, trying to get it done.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But it's really been, everything has been, you know, it's all her idea, it's her vision, and I'm just glad that on Friday, or when we launch this place, you know, it's going to be phenomenal.
After you, for sure.
Okay. All right, so like downstairs, this is one of the spaces up here. So I'll just show you this room right quick. So this is a studio, a mini studio that we're building, really to help, raise the standard when it comes to the way you present yourself. So this will allow you to create a better profile picture, or if you're selling product, take better product photos. So this is available. You don't even have to be a member to use this. You can just be, hey, I need to do my LinkedIn profile or anything like that. You can come out here. We'll do the photo for you, edit it for you, and then email them to you.
So how do I become a member? You've got to give me a form.
Sure, we'll talk about memberships and all those things.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This is one of the co-working areas. So we have two types of co-working. You can have a dedicated desk, or you can be a hot desk, which means you can just come in and go, or you can do day passes. If you want to just come for the day and use the space, you can do that as well. And we're not just offering that. So if you come in, a lot of people here maybe don't have their own computers. We have a lot of laptops that you can also use the laptop to leverage. You can save your profiles, so your data will always be there when you come. It's backed up. So it's like a lot of tech-enabled stuff that we really are making available to those that typically don't have that available.
Yeah. So they can use their laptop, back it up on their cloud.
Exactly.
Wonderful. And you've got the technology, right?
Exactly.
You have all the solutions here. There's nothing that
Yeah.
you haven't covered, huh?
And we're making other things available. Like 3D printing. If you want to do a 3D model of a prototype, you can use our 3D printers to do that.
3D printing?
Yes.
Regular
black and white color printers. We have drones if you want to, do drone shots.
Listen, I just bought one. No, you cannot be telling me this today. No, no.
We have drones.
Listen, I just bought, if I had known, I blame you, Tedler.
Don't worry, I can take it.
I blame you. If you told me before, I wouldn't have bought it yesterday.
That's all right. It's still
You know
a good
what?
investment.
Yeah.
It's still a good investment.
That's it.
When you crash it, you can use ours.
Okay,
You will
there's
crash
no
it.
doubt about that. I've already crashed too.
Yeah.
Or you can
England.
monetize yours.
Yeah.
Start writing it
Okay,
down.
then. That's right.
This is a kitchenette area.
Yeah.
It's not complete yet, so they're bringing the cabinets on Thursday to install it. So again, it's still a work in progress.
You got a
An
good
exclusive
selection
to
of
that.
teas there.
This is pre-launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
this is a sneak preview.
this is a game room.
Exclusive.
So we're really advocates for working hard, but then also playing hard. So this room allows you to come in. You can watch TV, you can play Xbox, PlayStation, and have fun. It's also available, if it's not being used to play games, you can use it as a huddle room to do
So even if someone had a child and they had to bring their child and they really need to work, they could actually keep them quiet,
exactly.
keep sitting them in front of the
Right,
Xbox.
exactly.
So I could have bought my son today, you
Absolutely, and I think the one thing that I'll add here is that for us in our generation, I think the gray hair in my face and hair I can no longer act like I'm young.
Yeah.
I am a millennial, however, and like as most African children or black children, your parents said, get off that game and go do your homework. Well, this game can actually turn into a career these days, and Point and Click Technologies actually sponsored Gambia's first gaming competition.
No, listen, my daughter's got black girl gamers.
There you
You've got
go.
to tell her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've got to tell my daughter she's got black girl gamers. Go online, look at black girl gamers. I want to load it up. So JN, you load this up. I want it loaded up. She's got a huge platform.
Sure.
She won an award from Facebook. She won loads of awards for Black Girl Gamers. So
Absolutely.
I'll put it all out. You see, talking is shit.
This
Ted,
is
like you
not
see, Mikaya, keep quiet.
But just to basically double back on the point, and I think one of the things that ties the spirit of both Women's Boss as well as Point and Click Technologies and the Disruptive Lab is converting your passions, right, into your projects and to your purpose.
Can you tell
And
everybody
into
who
your-
you are? Because we need to introduce the people who haven't seen your interview. This is Ted Khan, and he's an investment specialist. And we've done half of his interview already, which was one of our #1 actually views that we've had on BlaXit. Yeah, it's one of our top videos. Oh, your interview just went
Wow.
like 31,000 views.
Wow, there you
So yeah, Ted Khan. If you don't know, you've not seen his interview before, go back and have a look at his interview. You'll see it. And that's very, very important. Yeah, I think we called that interview, McConnell, was it Go back to your country? So watch Ted LaCon. I just wanted to introduce you, hon, because I don't want people to think, who's this man talking, and I haven't introduced them, and Juliet's really rude. Because I'm not rude, I've actually been brought up with manners. My mum and my dad brought me up with manners, you know. Very important to be brought up with manners. But yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Let's go through, because we've got to
look on this side of the wall, you'll see this artwork. Think digital. This is actually being done by a local artist here called Moon Jollof. Another reason we wanted to really showcase the talent that we have locally here. And you know, he did it, you know, we just showed him a sample of this from a photo, and he nailed it. So, you know, these are all things that we're trying to encourage people to do. Yeah. So this is originally the space. This whole office was going to be Point Click Technologies, but we were like, you know, we don't really need this whole space. And this particular office was going to be the CEO's office, which is going to be my office. I'm like, I don't need an office like that. So why don't we just share this space for Point Click team, since we don't have that much staff in the Gambia yet. So you know, this is currently the Point Click space where we just leverage this as our office for now.
I want to know, how many lives do you intend to touch here in the Gambia with what you're doing? Because what you're doing is phenomenal, I've got to say. I've got no other words to describe it other than phenomenal, okay? So you go tell, I want you to give your message to the BlaXit viewers and to everybody in the Gambia that can facilitate, whether from the provinces, whether from Banjul, whether from Kotu, Kololi, all over the world, to people that are coming back. Because there's a lot of people BlaXitting right back to the Gambia to live. So I want you to give a message to the BlaXit viewers before you show us the rest of your facility, and before we say goodbye. So the pair of you go share that camera.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, from a technical point of view, you know, our whole goal of this, you know, Disruptive Lab, a focus on tech, is to ultimately create 100,000 jobs right here at home in Gambia. And I'm actually writing an article that I'll be publishing in the next couple of weeks to show how that's going to be possible, and how we're going to be able to create 100,000 jobs. Not jobs that they're going to be working locally, because we just don't have the economy here. It's not that big for technology jobs, but where people can actually build their skills in modern up-and-coming areas such as IoT, such as blockchain, that US, you know, EU states, they all have a shortage. So why can't we build that up here and then have them come, you know, out here looking for talent for technology? That is really our ultimate goal, is to touch 100,000 lives by giving them meaningful work and, you know, opportunity to make a lot more money than they'll be able to make initially by themselves.
No, sister?
Well, yes. So overall, the Innovate Gambia, it's the 100,000 that we've pitched from the onset, and that's between 10 to 15 years. That's what we want to build eventually. But right now, as I say, I have accelerator programs that's twice a year being run. We've done our first two. Already they're completed, then we'll start again next year. One thing, we have two programs that I forgot to mention. That one is a School Ambassadors program that we're launching in December, and then the Woman Boss Farms. So you'll hear for rural women, how we also impacting women up country.
Excellent, excellent. So I've got a call to action right here from Ted Love, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Ted LaCon, you've got a call to action.
Yeah, from the last interview or I guess the first interview that you and I did, there were a lot of questions in the comments as to, how do I come back to the Gambia? What infrastructure is available for me? Like, how do I actually make my repatriation a actual reality? What you have seen here, and I think the tour itself and the interview has not really done the infrastructure justice, is you actually have, in short, everything that you need to basically plug out of London and plug into Africa, right? You have high quality internet, you have modern infrastructure, right? You have software, everything that you could want in a co-working space, anything that a digital nomad would want. So calling all my computer programmers, calling all my graphic designers, calling all my giggers, you can come and gig out of the Gambia. It's, as a finance person, I like arbitrage. Your cost is lower, your quality of life is higher, so you earn the same amount of money that you do in London or New York or in San Francisco, but instead of paying $2,000 a month for rent, you're paying $2,000 a year for rent, right? And the quality of life is much higher. The one thing that you cannot see, given the time of day, is that literally 5-minute walk from here is one of the most gorgeous beaches you'll ever see, right? And so that's the call to action. You asked me a question in terms of how can you come in and get involved and how do you actually make your dream a reality? Malik and Awa have actually answered your questions. So come to Innovate Gambia, the Disruptive Lab, connect with the mom of BlaXit, the host with the most, our Oprah Winfrey, the African Oprah Winfrey,
Yes.
and the rest of the BlaXit family here.
Yeah, so we're not going to face this. We're going to face this way. Yeah. And I want to remind everybody, we are in the Gambia. I keep saying this because someone said to me, you are not in the Gambia. I saw a comment telling me I am not in the Gambia when I am in the Gambia. So I just want you to know that we are in November 2019 and I am in the Gambia. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, because I mean, you're obviously a phenomenally successful man. You've basically grown a technology business, not just here, but globally.
Right.
So firstly, tell us a bit about your background and how did you manage to do it?
You know, I'm originally from Gambia. I grew up here, but at 14 years old, my mom thought, you know, it was best to send me off, you know, to schooling in the U.S. and try to figure it out there. So I've been in the U.S. for the past almost 30 years. I came back home for the first time last August, after 27 years. So, you know, what brought me back was I've done well in the US, so my goal was really to try to share my story with the people here. Just because you're young, you don't have much, I think you have to use that as your leverage, as your story to empower you to move forward and not look at it as, I'll never be able to do it. So, you know, this is what you're seeing here, Women Boss, the Disruptive Lab, the Innovate Gambia initiatives. It's our way of giving back to our community to say, hey, if we can do it, so can you. And not only that, I'll hold your hand and really help you through the process of doing it. But I'm not going to do it for you. Because that's the mistake that most young people do. They think that just because you're offering help, that you're actually going to do it for them. No, you have to inspire yourself, you have to be motivated for yourself, but we'll give you a helping hand to do it. Because if I had that growing up, I think I would have been a lot more successful now, but I didn't have it, so I had to do it myself. And a lot of these youth are motivated enough, but they just don't have that push. And this is what we're trying to build, that environment to give them that push.
So Point Click, tell me about Point Click as well.
Point Click was started back in, Point Click was started in 2007. In the US, I started in IT back in 1998. You know, growing up, I saw my first computer here in Gambia from a friend. We got off school and I saw this big machine back in 1991. I was like, what is that? He said, oh, it's a computer. You never seen one? I was like, no. And it was like covered up on the dining table. I was like, this must be really important. Can I see it? So he opened it up. And after that, I've never seen it again. So when I went to the US, I was walking past one of the hallways from my class and I saw a lot of them. I was like, what is that? They said, oh, that's the computer room. And I was like, how do I get in? How do I sign up for this class? And, you know, I just loved technology back then. And since then, I started, you know, just learning a little bit about it. And in 1998, I really started, you know, digging in, you know, learning more about it. Started working in the field. And then eventually in 2006, I decided to see, you know, if I can run my own company.
Yeah.
And started fixing computers here and there for companies. And it just grew from there, from, you know, helping small mom and pop shops to now, you know, serving companies like the NFL, Enterprise Rental Car. So a lot of big enterprise organizations in the US. So it's been really a blessing for us. You know, there's a sign up in one of our offices upstairs where it says, the harder you work, the more luck you have. It's true. You know, I feel like I was lucky, but I worked hard for me to kind of get lucky that way.
Well, you got lucky. Let's look at this place, okay?
Yeah,
you got real lucky.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you, so you started, what are you doing for this company? Is it like technical support, or are you creating programs? So, you know, people are going to comment, Juliet, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing.
Right, absolutely. Good question. So basically, we were more on the desktop side of doing tech support. And then we moved into server support, meaning, you know, supporting server technologies. And then now we're more focused on the cloud services. So basically, we help companies leverage technology to their advantage. And we do that, one, by looking at your entire infrastructure and how you run your operation, and then tie that to how technology can help you. You know what I mean? So how can you leverage technology to boost your business? So more of a transformational process. It's not just about fixing computers anymore, but fixing your business operations to where you can take advantage of the latest and greatest technologies. And that is what we do.
Yeah, because I have Kwesi, and Kwesi's really good. He's been helping me because I didn't have a clue. And he built the BlaXit website, and he's added all these different elements in. And it's really exciting because it's made life so much easier for me.
Right.
So when people are saying, Juliet, I want to come, and where do I stay? Juliet, I want to come, I want to buy some land, what do I do? I want to buy a house, what do I do? So rather than just vlogging and showing business developers and going and showing land and going through the process and, this is GRA, this is Canifang, it's actually helping me to have the process right there on the internet. And not only that, is to capture that information.
Absolutely.
So people are actually filling in membership forms. Thank you everybody for filling in your membership forms. Thank you for filling your investor forms. And if you haven't, go to BlaXit.com. That's www.bla-xit.com. And your solutions. So, Kwesi's right here, although he's not on camera. He's been a bit shy today.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure we'll grab him. Jump in. Yay!
Hi, Black Xit Family. What's up?
So, Kwesi's been calling you, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been calling, and everyone that filled out the form, I called probably about half the list. We have over 110 people that filled out the form, so I'll be calling you and getting with you.
All right,
So let's get back to our...
Guide us around. So,
Sure.
What that is proof is what you're saying. What Kwesi said is proof of what you're saying. What I'm saying about the website is absolute proof of what you're saying. And if there's anyone in Gambia that's got a business, they need to really make use of your service here.
Right,
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Whether you're, Trust Bank, or whether you're QTV, whatever company you are here, they need to come, and honestly, it works. That's what I'm saying. I'm testament to what you're saying. What you're doing is phenomenal. Yeah? And the changes that you're going to make here are going to be historical. I'm telling you this now. You're going to change. You're going to change the whole narrative of our future.
Yeah. We want to really make technology an enabler for the better future. You know what I mean? So this space is not just to do co-working, but a place to learn. So we're going to be sharing a lot of our, all the stuff we've learned over the years on how we do that.
So these are...
So we have, this is the, one of the co-working spaces. We have one upstairs as well. As soon as you walk in to the left there, you see a painting that says Rise and Grind. And this is what we are promoting. You rise every day, and you grind and do your thing. So, it's an open space right here. You have these lockers that we're going to be offering. Anybody that comes to do co-working, they can use these lockers. It won't cost you anything to put your stuff in there. And then we have this stadium seating. So our goal is here.
I love this.
You can sit down, you can do a lecture, you can talk about, share your ideas, talk to people. And this is what this...
So I can do a lecture here about BlaXit. I'm going to lecture about repatriating to Africa, and in particular, the Gambia. And I'm going to talk about why it's important to BlaXit and why it's important to support businesses like this. This is what you can do when you come to the Gambia. Can you imagine? This is a business that they have created. They have come back and created. So can you imagine what you can do? You're making it all possible, my brother.
Yeah.
Brother Malik.
Well, even now, for those that are in the diaspora that want to come home, they're used to a certain standard. So this place is being built with U.S. standards, European standards. There's no place like this in Gambia. None.
So this is one of the first.
This is one of the first.
This TV is nearly as big as I am.
It's a 65-inch TV.
Look at this. It's nearly as big as I am.
It's on a rolling cart, so you can do presentations wherever you want. You take it with you. People are sitting here. You can turn it around.
I'm taking it home.
We have one of these on every floor, but then we also have TVs mounted in the conference rooms. They're all tech-enabled, meaning you don't have to plug a wire in. It has Apple TV. It has Microsoft Display Adapter. So based on which OS you're using, You can just stream your content, be your presentation, watch movies, or whatever you want to do. It's all enabled here for you.
So if we wanted, for example, to do a business conference about people coming to buy property or people coming to buy land, and we wanted to go through the process, we wanted to do a group presentation, we had 30 people, they could all come here.
Absolutely.
And we would hire this space. Yeah?
You could do that.
Okay, and we're getting BlaXit rates.
Yeah.
I'm negotiating a discount already and I've only been here once.
Yeah. The space is not completely set up right now because we were doing a lot of cleaning, but this is one of the co-working desk areas. The chairs are upstairs, but people will be able to set up their desks here and work.
Your decor is phenomenal, and I was thinking that a lot of this is exhausted here, so you're really helping the economy by also sourcing artists to do your artwork
Right,
here.
absolutely.
Using local talent. So you're actually doing what you say you're going to do.
Yeah, we have these lockers. So if you come in, these will be actually lockable. It's all NFC enabled, so you have a card. You put your card in, it'll lock it. You take your card out, to unlock.
You see that, yeah? We didn't even have that in England, yeah, but you put your card on and it locks, yeah? Only when we went to hotels. You see, and this is Africa.
Well, that's one of the things we're trying to promote, that just because it's Africa, just because it's Gambia, doesn't mean they don't deserve the best.
Thank you.
So it's we all human beings, so why can't we have what everybody else has? And this is exactly what we've done here with some of this.
So that's another space, working space.
Yeah, that's the kitchen area. Right?
Kitchen.
In the next 2 days, it will be completed.
I can make some, no, not finishing, egg bang. Oh great, so that's your server room, yeah?
So this is our service. So our goal is we run 4 data centers in the US. And about every 3 years, we recycle our servers. So now instead of recycling them in the US, we'll ship them into the Gambia.
Excellent.
And we want to set up a local cloud services here for the developers to have an area that they can build their applications.
Yeah, we want a BlaXit app. I said at Usman Buzz, IT college, yeah, if Usman, you're watching this, yeah?
Yeah, so you have those, as a member of the Disruptive Lab, you have resources that you can use to build your technology.
Yeah. I'm sure Usman will be very happy with this too.
This is one of our conference rooms. Again, all our conference rooms tech enabled with Apple TVs, with display adapters, so you can wirelessly present. They'll all be.
So you can have your conference there. So when you want to have that all-important conference,
exactly,
you can hire your stream for a conference.
Yeah,
and I think that's really important. I think that's so important because finding a space, is crucial. So tell me about this space.
So this is we call it an executive conference room. It's very high end. Just this table alone cost a lot of money.
Can you imagine?
Shipped directly it's from Italy, but it was shipped from Spain. Just that phone alone is about $2,000. But again, we're trying to make it really high end, high quality. Just because it's Gambia doesn't mean you don't deserve the best.
On 1, 2, 3, you say punch that like button. Get it? 1, 2, 3. Punch that like button. Subscribe down below. No, make your comments down below. Please subscribe. Press that belly thing to get all of our content, so you know exactly when we've uploaded a video. And remember, thank you for your donations. They are helping us to build our studio. We're about a quarter of the way there, and your donations are definitely helping us. But of course, we're only sort of this far away, but we've got like this much more to go. So any donations that you can give to help us to continue to build our dream and to create all the BlaXit facilities that we can, the website, thank you for your donations. They've helped us to build the website. So you're actually seeing your investment in BlaXit now growing. So just want to say thank you, and I love you, and keep tuning in and keep sending messages. Go to BlaXit.com, that's www.BLA-xit.com, and keep showing the love. Please fill out the membership form if you haven't already, and have a look. We're loading up new content constantly. So I love you and thank you for tuning in.